Hi guys, I'm back again. I'm doing this video on the same day. I'm trying to change something about my outfit each time to see if you notice something different to change it up. Since I have the same background every time, I'm still at school and I'm doing the videos for the week, okay? Because I've got stuff here that I can use then. Alright, so we've been talking about getting along with others as our positive action. Today's positive action with that, getting along with others, is saying nice things about other people. And we know that saying nice things about other people or about people is a great way to get along with others. You show others respect by saying nice things to them. Respect means to show special care for people. If you understand your friend's feelings or notice something good about him, let him know, or her. When you meet someone in the hall or outside, say something positive. When you say nice things to people, they feel good about themselves and about you. You feel good about yourself because you've chosen to do something that guarantees you will get along with others better. So when you say something nice, it makes people happy and it's easier to get along with them. Remember the story about Wen Chao Luck? At first he felt hurt, even though he couldn't understand the cruel talk or mean things that people were saying. His friend Robert cheered him up by speaking nicely and making him feel welcome. Today, before we begin our activity, I'm going to read another story about a boy who discovered the positive action of saying nice things about others. So I have a story for you, and then we actually have a sheet to do with this, okay? It says, sisters can be nice to have. I have a sister, and I didn't always think it was great to have a sister because she was kind of a pest to me. She was younger than me. But as I got older and the more I was around her, I realized it's great to have a sister or a brother. All right? And I'm sure you will too. Or you have already. Sisters can be nice to have. Summer was coming, but things wouldn't be quite the same for the Browns this year. Devontae's two older sisters were going out of town to visit family and friends, and Devontae was staying home with Mom and Dad. He was glad. His sisters were just brats. They always got all the attention. When they snooped in his room, Mom wouldn't do anything about it. If he went into theirs, that was a different story. If he was late, he got in trouble. If they were late, nothing happened. The more he thought about it, the happier he was. He'd have the whole place to himself. He put on his cap and jacket and headed out the door to go on a bike ride with his friend Chris. When they got to the garage, his bike was gone. Devontae growled. She always does this. Jada, I'll get you good this time. He clenched his fists and stormed back into the house. Mom, he roared, my bike's gone again. I'm going to... He sputtered and his face turned red. His mother was all apologetic, which means she was sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I told Jada she could ride it to pick up her boots. She'll need them for the trip. She'll be right back. But, Mom, it's not fair. She didn't even ask me. I'm sorry, Billy, his mom apologized. You can find something else to do for a while. Can't you? She'll be right back. Just then, Aisha came through the living room with Devontae's basketball. Hey, stupid, that's mine. Give it here. She grabbed for the ball, but Aisha was too fast for him. She pivoted and made a dash for the door. Mom said I could. See you later, stinky robber, Devontae bellowed. I'm going to break every bone in your face. I'm going to smash your radio. I'm going to... Whoa! What's going on? Devontae's mother came around the corner. She glanced through the window at Aisha. Sorry, I lost my spot. She glanced at the window through Aisha, bouncing the basketball on the sidewalk, and her son's red face. Oh, Devontae, I told your sister she could because you were going with Chris. You don't mind, do you? After all, you two have 2 whole weeks to play with it whenever you want to. She can't have it. I hate her. She's stupid and ugly, and... Devontae ran into his room and slammed the door. It's not fair. I'll get you back, you brat. He rammed his fist into the pillow. The whole day was a disaster. Jada and Aisha packed their suitcases and giggled. Devontae felt left out, but he wouldn't admit it. Instead, he stuck his head in their room and grinned. Just think, 2 whole weeks without ugly sisters. What a relief. Then he dashed in and messed up one of their suitcases, turned and ran for the door. On the way out, he laughed. Now look at the two big travelers. Mom, his sisters screeched in unison. Devante, his dad's voice threatened. He stuck his tongue out at his sisters and disappeared around the corner just in time. The next morning was filled with excitement. The family rushed to attend dozens of last-minute details. It was festive, almost like a holiday. Mom had fixed a special breakfast with everyone's favorites. Tall glasses of icy cold orange juice, scrambled eggs, bacon, and fresh hot homemade cinnamon rolls. They all laughed and joked. After breakfast, Devante stretched and said, Sure am glad to be getting rid of you two losers. No more problems here. I get the whole place to myself, and I'm going to run it right. At the airport, Devante kept telling everyone what a great life he had with two sisters gone. Before their plane left, the girl said, We will miss you. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Their voices drifted off as they turned to Devante. Bye, Tiger, Jada said as she poked him on the arm. Bye, Aisha said, then added, Oh, you can use my stereo while I'm gone if you want. You bet, it's not even fair payment for what you use in mine, dork, he said. He turned around, hoping no one would notice his tears. I'll be in the car, he added as he ran down the corridor. He felt terrible. In the car, he covered his face with his cap and pretended to be asleep. I sure hope they don't think I cried, he sniffed. But he felt empty. The next 2 weeks were fun most of the time. Devante played baseball with his friends and went swimming with Paul's family and camping with his scout group. Mom made him lemonade and popsicles and chocolate cookies. She and his dad went shopping without him and came home with brown packages and they locked in the den. That meant a surprise was coming for him. It was pretty fun, except there wasn't anyone to watch the good programs with or share cookies and popcorn. He started to make a huge treehouse, but he gave up. The wood got rough and there wasn't anyone to laugh or make plans with. He listened to Aisha's stereo at night and thought, I wonder what she's doing. When she gets home, I'm going to let her use my basketball whenever she wants. He looked at his bike and thought, why did I get mad when Jada borrowed my bike? She doesn't even have one, and I do. When she gets home, I'll let her ride it all day Saturday, and I'll never say anything mean to them again. Summer just wasn't the same without those two bratty sisters. Maybe they weren't such brats after all. When the 2 weeks were up, guess who the first one was in line when the airplane landed? And when Jada poked him on the arm with a grin and a hey you, Devante laughed and poked her back. Hey yourself. What's up, bro? Aisha said. Guess what? You can have my stereo. Jada said we could share hers. Sorry. When the 2 weeks were up, I read that already. As they got in the car, Aisha exclaimed, Now we can go water skiing and camping. It rained the whole time we were gone. Yeah, shouted Devante, and we can finish our treehouse. I really missed you guys. We missed you too, said Jada. Hey, it's beginning to feel like summer. The whole family agreed. So, that was a lesson about Devante and missing his sisters. And even though he didn't get along with them, he really missed them when they were gone. Okay? And maybe some of you have experienced that before too. All right? And one of the things that Devante did at the beginning of the story was not saying nice things about his sisters, right? And then after they were gone for 2 weeks, he realized how much he missed them, and maybe he shouldn't be saying those mean things to his sisters, okay? So today, we're going to make some telephones to practice the positive action of saying nice things to others, okay? So, now, it's probably not a telephone you are used to. Maybe you still have one of these at your house. This is the sheet you're going to be using. This is an old telephone. This is like the kind of telephone when Mr. T was growing up that we had. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut it out. Don't cut on the dotted line, but you're going to cut it out. You can cut here and around here. You can leave the cord attached because phones used to have cords attached. Well, some still do. Mine does in here still. But what you're going to do is you're going to cut around them. You can decorate both sides of the phone. And then you're going to fold it and glue it together or tape it together so you have a two-sided phone. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to use that phone to practice saying nice things to others, like you're talking to them on the phone. Okay? It's just an activity you can do or something fun you can do. So just practice things that you can say. Some things are like just saying please to someone, or saying thank you, or I like something about you. These are all things you can practice with the people at home, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, who's ever at your house, brothers, sisters, okay? And I just want you to practice saying nice things. And then whenever you look at that phone, you remember that we really are trying to get along with others by saying nice things about them. Okay? Have fun decorating your phones. If you want to put it on, show me your phone after you decorate it on Seesaw. That would be awesome. Okay? And just have fun with it. All right? Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.